Hey guys, this is going to be a short review of the new Ray Fillet figure, the TMNT soft vinyl figure from Mondo. This is the 6th figure released in this line. There have been the 4 turtles, and I have on the right there the comic book variants of the turtles, plus Mondo Gecko, the lizard who I do not have. I just received this figure today from Texas. Unlike the turtles, this one did ship from the United States. So earlier, or at the end of 2024, I did receive a couple of the turtles. They shipped from China. It took a little bit longer to get here, but this figure did ship from Texas and made it in just a few days after I got the shipping notification. The figure, much like the turtles, has this soft vinyl, relatively limited, but not too dissimilar from the original figures, but limited articulation. His legs do move forward and backwards slightly. His arms do move up and down. He does have wrist articulation as well. One difference with the turtles, I believe, and I haven't tried too hard, but the turtles' heads do move left and right. It does look like his head is kind of molded into place, so I don't think you can get any articulation out of that. But the detail on the figure is just absolutely phenomenal. He's obviously a good bit wider because of, the fact that he's a stingray, but he's just got a level of detail to him that's amazing here. He's got this octopus kind of on his foot there. You can see, by the way, the Mondo logo there on the bottom. The details on, he's got the barnacles on him. He's got, and I guess that's some kind of nautical compass or something like that on his wrist. He's got, a fishing bob there stuck in his arm. He's got the rope wrapped around him. On the back here, I thought this was really cool. He's got the sharks, and he's got a harpoon. This came separately in his box that you can remove. He's the stingray or the manta ray that's been harpooned. That's pretty cool. If you're like me, then if you grew up in the 80s and 90s collecting TMNT figures, then you can relate to what I'm saying. But when I was a young man, when I was a boy, and I would go to Kmart or Walmart with my mom, and I would beg her to get me a new figure that I didn't need, oftentimes, if she said yes, I would pick any of the figures that came with what my friends and I used to call little guys. And this little guy originally that came with the figure back in the 80s or 90s was an all orange figure. But figures that came with little guys always made them more appealing. So it's really cool that they included this guy. I'm sure he has a name. I don't know what it is. I'm not even sure what he is exactly. Is he an octopus? He's some kind of sea creature that has some dynamite strapped to his back. And just the level of detail on this guy is just spectacular. So that's a really cool little figure, and he doesn't move at all. He doesn't have any type of articulation. He's a solid figure, but that's really cool. Also included with this figure, I don't want to forget anything, was this little star guy. Now, maybe he was with the original figure as well. I don't remember. He's got a little peg on the bottom of one of his little tentacles here, or appendages, that I'm not sure if somewhere on this figure you can put him. Maybe there's a peg somewhere. I haven't seen it yet on Ray Fillet that you can put him, but he's really cool. He was kind of tough. Maybe I can get him to. He's kind of tough to stand on his own. Also, and this was different from the turtles just came with their basic weapons. No other weapons, no alternate heads or hands or anything like that. He did come with an alternate hand here for his left hand, like a gripping hand. Maybe he can hold the starfish with that. And he also came with an alternate hand to hold like this stingray gun. That gun looks like it's kind of molded and stuck into place there, so you can't remove the gun from the hand. But if you do want to swap that out, you can do that. So that's a pretty cool thing. Just for comparison's sake, this is my daughter's figure. From the new TMNT movie, or the one they made, I think, last summer, 2024, is the Ray Fillet figure. So you get an idea just how big these guys are again. And the Ray Fillet figure is about the size of the little guy that came with the Mondo soft vinyl Ray Fillet. This figure did come, unlike the turtles, in a giant box. Now, he's a bigger figure that came with more accessories, so it makes sense that he would come in a bigger box. The turtles just came in a giant card back, kind of like the original figures. The art on the back of the box is the same. And there's him on the box there. One last thing about this figure, and I got him from the United States, just kind of to compare the box that he came in. His said made in Vietnam, and it was my particular figure was 904 of 1500. You can compare that to when I got the Raphael and Donatello figure back in December or November, whatever it was. They were out of a number of 2500, so it makes sense they might have made more turtles because you figure people would buy those more. And then for comparison's sake further, you can look at, this was the Leonardo soft vinyl figure. Now, I did not order him from Mondo because you had to get all 4, and I didn't want to buy all 4. I bought him on eBay, and the box he came in said he was 22 of 48. Now, I'm not sure if they actually made only 48 of the comic turtles. To me, that seems like a too low number. I think the number was probably higher than that, but lower than 2,500. But again, for comparison, the Ray Fillet figure was a certain number out of 1,500. And I also mentioned on here that he was a regular variant, so maybe later on they'll make like a comic style. You know, if they sell those out, they can just repaint him with the mold they have and kind of sell more of them that way. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. This is the 6th figure in the line. They are making the first bad guy that I pre-ordered. I think they put the pre-order up a week or two ago, Baxter Stockman, which is going to come out in the summer of 2025. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.